I will say in fair advance that right now this is a pre-recording of video that I already set up. So don't get mad at me because I did record this in advance, but it's for a good cause. I am actually currently on vacation in Florida, going to Universal and visiting some beaches and whatnot because it's summertime and I wanted to relax a little. So with that said though, I hope you guys do enjoy this video. If you do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and go ahead and tell your friends. If each of you guys were each to tell one friend about this channel and get them to subscribe, we would be up at 108 subscribers as of right now. So if you guys could do that, just tell some friends about this channel. It would really help me out. I don't usually ask that much of you guys, but I'm asking right now. And I want to thank you guys who are loyal, who are watching, commenting on all my videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, because it's always a big inspiration to hear your guys' commenting on my videos and whatnot. But with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this swivel and this build. It's an awesome modern kind of white mansion. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's a really cool build. It did take a little bit of time to build. With that said though, I don't really know if I have much else to say. We'll get into building this tutorial, and I'll post the materials right here for you guys in just one sec. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is establish a grid, which I have done right here, and it is, as we can see on the sign, 29 wide by 33 thick. That is 29 wide this way by 33 thick that way right there. And for materials, the very first two things we're going to use is going to be stripped dark oak log and white concrete, which we're going to use a lot of white concrete and a lot of gray concrete. Not a resource friendly build, but the build does look awesome. So with that said, we'll get our white concrete out, and going according to the grid, we're actually going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4 over. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then place a block on the 8th. So again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there, and place a block right there. And now we're going to make kind of a rectangle right here. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And I will double check after this just to make sure that I've got it absolutely right. But basically, you just want this 6 by 18 square right here, which I totally messed up on placing that block right there. Whoopsie. Let's go ahead and make a line and connect it right here. So now that we got this square, we can also go ahead and put 2 stripped dark oak logs right there. And now we're going to raise this all up by 5 blocks to make this a total of 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And basically what I'm going to do is, for this part, I'm just going to go ahead and fill this all completely in. We'll eventually punch out holes for windows and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just going to kind of be building this whole build using just blocks. And then afterwards, we'll punch in the windows and doors and stuff like that. So go ahead and start filling this all the way up, every single little bit of the corner, all the way around, making a complete 6 tall wall of white concrete. And for this part, we can raise the stripped dark oak logs up all the way as well, just like that. And now I'll go ahead and round and quickly do this part and fill this all in. This next part, in addition to the materials we already had, which is stripped dark oak log and white concrete, we're also going to go ahead and get some gray concrete as well. And with the white concrete, we're actually going to go ahead and extend this a little bit. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks tall, like so. And from right here, we can go ahead and start going over this way. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks like this. We should have 4 right over here. And we'll do the same thing, just mirror it right over here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this one right here should be 14 long as well, like so. And from there, basically, we'll start just filling this in as well, like kind of like we did just before. We'll start filling in all these blocks, making this wall all the same height. And we'll do the same thing over here. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll fill all this in, but we won't actually fill in this section right here, because this is going to be how we actually get up to the second story of our house. There's going to be a staircase right here, a spiral staircase, later on in the video, but we'll get to that later on. So now what we're going to do is, if we get our red concrete, we can go ahead and put 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And that does look a little weird right now, but it will start making sense as soon as we start adding more blocks and making this whole thing geometrically awesome. So now we'll get our white concrete out, and we'll put 1 block right here. We'll actually go over 1 block, and we'll go 1, 2, 3. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. And we'll actually make this go up 2 high as well, like so. So go ahead and do that. And we'll actually get our gray concrete out once again and make a little bit of a rectangle sitting on top of it. So we'll go ahead and just fill in this little area directly above the gray concrete that we already have right down there, right below. Like so. Yeah, so you should have 2 blocks, and you should end up with 1 block here. We can go ahead and actually fill in this gap right here, just like that. But now what we'll go ahead and do it real quickly is we'll fill in these 2 walls and build them up so that they're all exactly the same height. that we just made. Okay, so now with this kind of odd shape that we got going on here, we'll go ahead and grab the next item of our chest that we're going to be using, which is going to be blue stained glass pane. And that's right, we're actually going to be punching in some windows as well. Before we do that real quick, I do want to extend the stripped dark oak log all the way to the top because I forgot to do that in the last part. Even though it was a small detail, I forgot it. Maybe that's why, because it was a small detail. But from there, we'll get our gray concrete, and we're actually going to go ahead and put a little bit of a rim around this house. So I guess starting right here on this block, we'll go out one block and we'll start wrapping around right here. You don't want to go right here because we will have a lower roof that interacts with this place. So actually just have the gray concrete extend one block over right here and then start wrapping around this entire roof line right here that we got going on. So all the way around right here. And for the wood, the way we wrap around this is we'll actually just go one over. We'll go 1, 2. We'll extend right there, and boom, just like that. We'll stop right there because we're gonna have a chimney that goes up right here as well. And that's how that should be looking. And for the top roof, we can actually do the same exact thing. We'll go ahead and add that real quick. I probably won't fill it all the way in. So for the roof, we'll extend one block out and we'll start wrapping around like so, going around the whole thing. We're only gonna extend this far because we're gonna go over this block right here, creating a little bit of a rectangle. And then we'll get this and start wrapping around this way as well, going over here. And then for the wood, we'll actually imitate and pretend that it wraps around wood. We're not gonna actually have wood posts going up right here. We'll just get a gray concrete and we'll extend it 1, 2, 3, 4, so that these two wrapping around parts are symmetrical. And from there, I'm not gonna do it right now, but you'll go ahead and just fill in this roof line with gray concrete all the way across, fill in that gap. But I will show you how to put the windows in. So for the windows, if we go right here, we're actually gonna go 1, 2, 3 blocks over, and we're gonna go 1, 2 up. So it's 1, 2 up, 1, 2, 3 from the wall. And we're gonna go ahead and put in a 3x3 window right here. Then we'll go ahead and skip 3 blocks. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and we'll put in another 3x3 window right here as well. And we'll do the same thing on this part actually with the roof. So we'll go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 3x3 window right here. And they should line up perfectly. As you can see, they are lining up very, very nicely with 2 blocks on this edge right here. And we'll go 1, 2, 3 over and put another 3x3 window right there. And then on this side, we'll actually go ahead and actually mirror the exact same thing that we got going on. So as you can see right here on this level, the windows match up perfectly. We'll do the same thing with this one too. 1, 2, 3, and another 3x3 window right here. And that should be most of the windows done, but we actually do have one more, and this is a very big window. So we're actually going, instead of going on this level and keeping the windows level, we're actually gonna go down one block and start breaking these blocks right here. I did say that there was gonna be a lot of breaking blocks and replacing, so, or if I didn't, I just said it right now. So just keep that in mind as we keep building this build. There's gonna be a lot of that happening. So with that said though, we'll have 1, 2 right here, then the corner, then 1, 2. That's how wide this little L shape should be. And we're gonna break this pretty much all the way to the top, right about here. And that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's how that's supposed to look, because this is where the spiral staircase will be able to be seen from the outside. From there, you're just gonna go ahead and actually fill up this entire piece with blue stained glass pane. And you can use whatever color you want, but I really recommend using the blue glass pane because it really puts a contrast to the color of the white and the gray that we already got going on. But with that said, go ahead, fill in all the windows that we just created with the blue stained glass pane and fill in the roof with the gray concrete, and we'll meet up and get the next part going on. So this next step might actually be a little bit tedious, but it is essential to this build. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get our white concrete out and we're gonna go 1 block in and place 1 block right there. So we got the 1 block right there, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, all the way up to 17. And then we'll go up to this line right here and we'll go all the way down, place a block. So that should be 1, 2, 3, 4 space right there. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Just doubling measuring just to make sure that these are the same lengths, and you should have 13 blocks in between. So this wall right here should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now that we got that, this is gonna be the main interior of the house where we actually keep the little water pool and everything inside there. Interior absolutely looks great, by the way, guys. I'm so excited to show you that. This is a 2-part tutorial, and I think I mentioned that in the very beginning, but I just wanna make sure, where we'll do the decorations and everything like that on the inside, but we'll go ahead and do that a little bit later. So now that we got that, we'll go ahead and actually build this up a little bit. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this corner right here. And then in this corner right here, we're also gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do wanna apologize. If you just heard a garage door opening or a garage opening, something like that, my room where I do my recording and everything is actually right above my garage. And that just means someone got home in my house. So sorry about that. With that said, we got this. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. And we can go ahead and actually begin building a little wall, just connecting this and making a 3D kind of rectangular prism shape. So we'll go ahead and build these walls right over here. And we'll do the same thing, just connecting these walls right here. This is where it gets tedious and a little bit boring. What you're gonna have to do next is for the time being, we're going to fill up all of these walls, every single one of them, and eventually we'll pluck out the holes where the windows are. So fill in every single one of these walls right here and do it all the way around. And then we're also going to go ahead and actually fill in this entire roof section with white concrete as well. But if that's not tedious enough, once you fill in this whole gap right here and the walls, we're going to get our gray concrete out and we're going to add a rim going around this entire thing as well. So it should go all the way around here, all the way around here, just one block overlapping the whole thing. And then from there, we'll go ahead and we'll begin filling in this gray concrete as well. It's a lot of filling in and stuff, but yeah, we'll fill in the white concrete roof, the gray concrete, and the white concrete walls as well. So go ahead and do that fun part next. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the patio, or the kind of front entrance of this build. So the blocks we'll need is gonna be white concrete, gray concrete, spruce planks, spruce stairs, and birch fence as well. And what we can go ahead and do and start off with first is we'll go ahead and get our gray concrete out, and we're actually going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out right there. It should have just a couple blocks of space right there. So we're going to go 5 out, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we'll go ahead and basically put that right there and fill this in, which I'm going to go ahead and actually do on camera just because it is not that much amount of space. This is when playing that one game Speed Builders, really helps with my placing blocks and everything. Now that we got that, we can go ahead and we'll get our spruce planks, and basically we're just going to fill in the area exactly underneath this part right here. So we'll do the exact same thing. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sorry, 6 out, and we're going to go by 13. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we're going to go ahead and on camera, once again, if you guys want to skip this real quick, I understand, but I'm going to go ahead and fill in this spruce planks area as well so I can show you exactly how to do this part right here. Which, almost done. And there we go. Whoops, one more block. And now that we got that, we'll go ahead and get our gray concrete, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And before you speed along and start building this rim right around here, because you think you're gonna predict what I'm gonna do, you're not. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we'll actually break these 2 blocks right here, replace them with gray concrete, and then we'll go up again and we'll wrap around the rest of the way. What I used to do, by the way, when I was saying that, predicting my thing, is when I used to watch my own tutorials and watch other people and learn how to do these builds and stuff, I'd always try to predict what they were gonna do, and I would always mess it up. And it was really, really annoying. I don't know why, but I would just go ahead and start building on my own. And maybe that improved my skill of building my own tutorials. I don't know exactly, but little fun fact about me, I guess, real quick. So now that we got that done, we'll replace these 2 spruce planks right here with actually spruce stairs, and then we'll get our birch fence. And we're actually going to go ahead and skip 2 blocks right here, so not these 2, because eventually I think a chimney is going to go right here. And instead we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, start wrapping around with the birch fence. We'll skip the stairs, obviously, because we don't want to put on there, and then we'll wrap around the rest of the way and create these posts so that this balcony actually looks like it's being supported, which we got right there. And that is a little balcony part created, but we'll go ahead and keep going real quick. If you guys want to make sure you're doing this right, you should be 1 block away from the grid. If you do make the grid, you should be 1 block away. And over here, we should have 1, 2 blocks, and then the grid would continue down this way right here. As you can see, we just got 1, 2 blocks right there. But now that we got that established, let's go ahead and we're going to create this little bit of, I don't even know what you would call this. I guess it's just a roof. Let's just call it a roof just to make it easy. So the way we're going to do that is from this block right here, that temporary block I'm placing, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, then we'll go 1, 2 over and place a block right there. A little confusing, but it should be aligned with this window, and it should be 1, 2, 3 blocks away from right here. So now that we got that, we'll start building across, and we want to be ahead and 1, 2, 3. We always want to be 3 blocks away from this edge right here. Then we'll start going down this way right here. And once again, we do want to be 3 blocks away from this edge. Then we'll go ahead and just form a little bit of a rectangle. So we'll go right there. And as you can see, we are 1, 2, 3 blocks away from this ledge right here as well. That is how that's supposed to be. And then we'll basically just go ahead and wrap around this area right here. Basically, we should have 1, 2, 3 blocks right here. We'll have 1, 2 blocks away from the actual wall itself. 1, 2, 3 on this side, and 1, 2, 3 on this side as well. And the way you'll know this is right is because we're going to build a little bit of a hole in the roof. This is where the light will actually be able to come through into our little garden thing that we got down here. So if we break some blocks, we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2 and break these blocks just like this, going around this whole thing right here. We'll have a little bit of a rim, and it's 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big, so 2 by 5. Then we'll go ahead and skip a block, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and start breaking through the roof right here, creating a 3 hole by 3 by 5. Then we'll skip one more block and we'll go ahead and create the 2x5 once again, creating a hole in both roofs right here, going all the way through. And that's how you'll know you got it right. If you have these exact measurements, they should be 3x5, 2x5, 2x5 hole with a little rim going around it. And we should have 1, 2, 3 blocks right here, 1, 2, 3 blocks right here, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2 over here. Now I seriously have no idea what the next part is, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure that out so we can build the next part. All right, so I decided we're gonna go ahead and do the back. Materials we're gonna need is literally just gonna be white concrete and gray concrete. And I do want to again apologize now, because I guess today is full of many, many noises. If you guys hear lawnmowers in the background, my neighbor just decided to start mowing his lawn while I'm recording still. So just ignore that the best you can. But yeah, with that said, let's continue on. So for the white concrete and gray concrete, we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna first off build the frame real quick, which is gonna be, if we go 1, 2, 3 from this block right here, we're gonna place one block right there. So that's right here from this corner, it's just 1, 2, 3 over. From this block, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. And then from this block, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and fill in this little gap right here. This is basically the last main shape of the house. There's still like a chimney we gotta add and stuff like that. And obviously the windows and doors and whatnot. But for right now, that is pretty good. So now from there, we'll go in this corner, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Oop. 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. And we're gonna create a little bit of a rectangular prism like we've been doing today, just filling in this part right here. And we'll go over here real quick and fly over here and do the exact same thing. And now for the roof, it's gonna be super simple. We're just gonna get gray concrete. We're gonna go one block over and fill this all in and wrap around the entire top of this little roof right here that we got going on. Just like so. And now what we're gonna do from this part is we're obviously gonna fill in all the walls with more white concrete because I know you guys love doing that. And then we're gonna get our gray concrete and we're gonna fill in this entire roof line as well. So go ahead and fill these two gaps in and we'll decide on what we're gonna do next after that. So our materials for this next part is gonna consist of white concrete, gray concrete, cayenne terracotta, blue stained glass paint, and white stained glass paint as well. And I just looked outside. Oh my gosh, that lawnmower is so loud. He's still got a lot of lawn left to mow, which makes sense because he just started. I do apologize for all the weird noises, the garage noises, and the lawnmower noises we've had today, but we're gonna just keep trucking on and get this video done because I don't have much time anymore because of work and everything. And I wanna get this tutorial done. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some holes and we're also gonna do the chimney as well. Let's start off with some of the windows. So with the windows right here, if we go one block away from this fence, we're gonna create a 1x3 window right here. Right next to it, we're obviously going to create a doorway because we need to get into the house somehow, which this will be a 2x3 doorway right here. Then we'll go one more block over and we'll go another 3x3 window right here as well. Just like that, that is the front of the house right there. Now we'll go to the side and basically we're actually going to line up these windows, which I found out I did that by total accident when I was doing this build, but it looks really good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go one block above, 2 blocks over, and we're going to create a 3x3 window right here. So again, that's just 1 block right there and 2 right there. Then we're going to skip over 1, 2, 3, and we're going to create another 3x3 window right here as well. From there, we'll go over in this corner and we'll do kind of a similar thing. We're going to go 1, 2 over, and we're going to create a 3x3 window right here, which, man, it is really dark in there. I guess that's because this one has holes in the top and this one doesn't. From there, we'll go over here and we're actually going to go 1, 2. We're going to create a 3x3 window. So 1, 2, 3x3 window. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over and create another 3x3 window. And the way you can know if you did that right is if it's 2 blocks right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 blocks right there, 3x3 window there. And those should be all the windows. What you can go ahead and do after that is obviously fill all these up with some blue stained glass paint, which I'm actually going to do on camera. Don't fill in this part because this is a doorway, so don't fill that in with the blue stained glass paint. But yeah, just fill in all the windows, and then that should be most of that pretty much done. But let's go ahead and do the chimney as well. The chimney, we're going to get our gray concrete out, and we're going to put a 2x2 block right here, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 layers like so. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then we're actually going to expand out a block. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and fill this in. So it's kind of a reverse chimney. It gets bigger as it goes up, which is kind of weird, but looks really cool too. From here, we'll do the same and we'll continue the chimney up as if nothing had happened right there. So we'll go ahead and place 1 block here, 2, 3, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, and make a square right here. And now we're just going to start filling this all the way up, going up like so. And we'll keep filling that up until we get to almost the top, where we'll have a little bit of a change. So it actually does bleed into the roof a little bit, which is nice. I like that. And we'll go 1 more block up from the roof line right there. Then we'll get our cayenne terracotta and we'll create a 3x3 with a hole in the middle because that's actually where or actually no, a 3x3 solid, and then we'll create a 3x3 of gray concrete with a hole in the middle. No, we did want this to be a hole. That way we can put the campfire down there and get some smoke coming up through the chimney. But as you can see, it is a really cool looking chimney. I don't know why, but I just love how it actually reverses from smaller to bigger as it goes up. That detail just, I don't know, makes me smile. So now that we got that, some cool little details that I also add on top of the roof. If we get our white stained glass paint out, we'll put just one spike here in this corner, the four corners of this little terrace thing that we got going on right there. We'll put 2 over here, so that's 1, 2 in this corner right here. And then we'll go on this roof, which, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to fill that in. I will do that in just 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. I told you to fill it in, and I didn't even do it myself, so I'm a little guilty right now. You got me being guilty. But now that we got that, we'll put 1 white stained glass pane right here, here, and right there as well. And that should be basically the general structure pretty much done. So go ahead, I'm gonna fill in this gray concrete like I should have, and fill in your blue stained glass pane windows as well, and then I'll figure out what's gonna be next. For this last part of this first part of the tutorial, we're gonna get our white concrete and spruce planks out, and I will say this will be the last part. I will be releasing a second part very soon, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down the interior kind of floors and walls so that we can be prepared to just jump into decorations next video. So let's go ahead and start getting this done. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna replace these 2 blocks with spruce planks, and the next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna add in a wall. We're gonna make this wall too thick, so we're gonna fill this in with white concrete, and eventually we will take down the wall right next to it that we're placing right by, because I messed up just 1 wall placement and now I gotta fix this up. So let's go ahead and fill all of that in. And now that we got that done, there we go, that's what it should be looking like. So we'll get our spruce planks, and the first thing we're gonna do is basically for the floor, we're gonna lay a 2 thick perimeter going around this entire thing right here. So as you can see, I'm just making it 2 thick with spruce planks going around the entire way. And this is, the middle is actually gonna be where the water is and all that type of stuff. So it's gonna look really, really nice when this is done. But first we gotta get some of the more tedious stuff done first. So now that we got that, we'll go actually just 1 more block in, and we'll start wrapping around with white concrete interior as well. So we'll just wrap around real quick. And I will tell you the interior dimensions of where the water, like where this pond is gonna be, so that way you can compare and make sure you got the right size. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 by 9 space in the middle, that's what you should have. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna dig into this wall right here and replace these 2 blocks with some spruce planks. This is where the first doorway is gonna be. Second doorway, we might as well put it real quick. It's gonna be 2 blocks over, 1 block right there. So it's gonna be 1 by 2, 2 blocks over right there. And as you can see, I'm always replacing the floor right here with spruce planks, just because I wanna keep it uniform across the whole thing. Now that we got that though, we'll go ahead and we'll actually take down this wall right here. And we're only gonna take it down up to about this height. So it should be right, I see I went 1 block too tall. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 high. And we're actually gonna start taking down this entire wall and fixing this up a little bit. Sorry about that. Every once in a while I'll make a mistake. Not very often, but every once in a while. And we might as well go ahead and take it down all the way right there. Sweet, so now that we got that, we can go ahead, and I'm not gonna do it in this part of the tutorial right here. I'm not gonna fill this all in with spruce planks, but basically we should have a spruce plank room right here where the wall comes over, and this should be 1, 2, 3, with a wall right here. So the wall will go all the way across right here, and it's 1 block away from the window, as you can see right there. But from there, you'll basically fill in this entire floor with some spruce planks, and the floor above us, we're also gonna go ahead and actually, no, we will break these blocks right here. Go ahead and break across real quick. So we'll have the wall come up to this height right here and go all the way up, covering this entire section, so that we can go ahead and get this done. I'll just fill in that wall real quick. So this is what we should have. We should have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 room by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 long right there. And then on top of us, we do want this to be 2-story rooms. So we're actually just gonna place some spruce planks above us on this part right here. It should be 1 block directly above the glass panes, and we'll fill that all the way in too. So make sure to fill in these spruce planks walls there and there, all the way across the floor and the ceiling, so that we get this room completed. Next, we're gonna go over here, and I don't know why I pressed F1. That was weird. I think I must have wanted to press 1 on the keypad. And now that we got that done, we'll go ahead and set up these rooms right here too. The wall for this room is gonna be smack in the middle of these 2 windows. So if we go 1, 2 over, 1, 2 over, we'll actually have the wall right here, go all the way across. And I might as well, I'll just go ahead and really quickly fill this in right here. Boom. And now we're going to fill in this entire floor with spruce planks as well, which again, I'm not going to do it in this actual part of the video, but just go ahead and fill this whole floor in with spruce planks. The doorway that we'll have will actually be a 1x2 hole, just 1 block away right here. And then the same thing over here, we're going to fill this entire floor up with some spruce planks. I will show afterwards, once I have all these filled in, what it should look like for you guys. But yeah, this is what it should look like. Just make sure to fill all this in with spruce planks, all this in with spruce planks, or replace this with spruce planks right here. And right here, we're actually going to create a little bit of a doorway because this is where the staircase is going to be that leads up to the second floor. So right here, we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3 up and cover this little part right there. And as you can see, it's going to be a nice doorway. We can go ahead and fill in that part right there as well. But that is what that should look like. This should be a 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3 room. This room right here should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this room should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 7 as well. And that basically is it for the interior floors and walls. Make sure to fill all that in right there. And I said this was gonna be the last part. There might be one or more details that I gotta add real quickly. I'm gonna go ahead and check, but then I'll show you what this looks like when it's all filled in and done. But that should be basically about it for the part 1 of this tutorial. Let me go ahead and check if there's anything else that I have to do real quick. I am glad that I went ahead and checked because there was one more thing I had to do before I finished off this video, this first part of the tutorial. So what we'll do real quick is we'll get our white stained glass pane. And from this block, we'll go 1, 2 over, and then we'll start breaking this right here all the way through, going all the way until we have just 1 block right there. And then we'll fill in the rest with some white stained glass pane, like so, and right there. I need to get better at placing this glass pane because it's always such a pain in the butt. That's probably why it's called a glass pane. And from here, we'll do the same thing. We'll actually go 1, 2, 3 blocks over, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we'll fill this in with the white stained glass pane as well. And you can see it really is a pain in the butt. We'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll place right there and there. Sweet. So that should be all the interior walls done and everything. And I said I would show you exactly what it looks like. If we walk into this room, just take a glance. This is what it looks like right here. Over here in this room, we've got one small little room right in here. Then we'll walk over here. We got this room over here. And then we got this place, which we don't have a staircase actually going up to the second story yet, but this will be what the second story kind of looks like once it's built up right there. So that is it for the first part of the tutorial. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you do, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and shout out to your friends about my tutorials because I bet they'll love it too. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to split this into 2 parts too. I'm really proud of the interior that I designed for this build, so I can't wait to show you that, guys. But with that said, I don't really have much else to say as usual. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys in the next part of this tutorial. Have a good day and ciao.